Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to
LA 18-7. On March 29, 2018, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs Unit initiated an internal investigation on Correction Deputy First Class Kimberly Johnston, hereinafter CDFC Johnston, on charges related to conduct unbecoming under Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Operations Manual GO 3.50 F, 4, D, 12, and association with criminals under Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Operations Manual GO 3.50 F, 4, D 48. This investigation stems from Charlotte County Sheriff's Office case #1803-017771, which involves a suspicious vehicle investigation where CDFC Johnston was found off duty in the company of Heidi Smith, hereinafter Smith, a convicted felon. Prior to the commencement of this investigation, CDFC Johnston was placed on administrative leave with pay until the conclusion of this investigation. On March 28, 2018, at approximately 1:53 p.m., DFC Jason Jones, hereinafter DFC Jones, was conducting marked patrol in the area of Charlotte County Preserve, 16,529. Gualtieri Public Park, where he located a white Nissan sedan, bearing Florida tag JCMG 15, backed into a parking space. The vehicle's running lights were on, and a window shade was covering the front windshield. As DFC Jones was driving by the vehicle, it began to reverse, running over a parking block and into a wire fence. This caused the vehicle to get stuck on the parking block. DFC Jones made contact with the occupants, who identified themselves as following: CDFC Johnston, front driver seat, and Heidi Smith, sitting on the front passenger seat. CDFC Johnston identified herself as a correction officer and a member of this office. Summary of Heidi Smith's statement. On April 2, 2018, at approximately 9:59 a.m., I met with Heidi Smith and obtained a sworn taped statement detailing her involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Smith was placed under oath and the term perjury was explained. The following is a summary of Smith's statement. Smith stated on March 28, 2018, she was a passenger in Johnston's vehicle. She stated they were parked and talking when a deputy pulled up. Smith stated at the time they had been talking for about 5 minutes, but added that she had known Johnston for several years. Smith stated she started talking to Johnston regarding her issues about 3 weeks ago. Note: based on booking data, Smith was recently released from the Charlotte County Jail on March 18, 2018. The booking information would indicate the discussion noted above would have started while Smith was in custody at the Charlotte County Jail. Smith feels Johnston is a mentor, stating, I have been having to deal with a few issues. Since I have been released, she had persuaded me that I know better and can do better. She is a very positive role model in my life. Smith denied anything physical or sexual was taking place inside the vehicle, stating they were only taking. When asked if she ever sat on top of CDFC Johnston, Smith stated, I don't think so. When asked how the vehicle jumped gear, Smith alleged CDFC Johnston hit it accidentally. When asked if CDFC Johnston and she were involved in a relationship, Smith stated, physical. Smith denied being involved in a sexual relationship, stating we have never crossed that line. Smith reaffirmed CDFC Johnston and her only have a friendship, adding that she did not want CDFC Johnston to get in trouble because she was with her. When asked why she thought CDFC Johnston would get in trouble, Smith stated, "Because it was not allowed in policy." When asked what she thought they were doing that would not be allowed, Smith stated, "Just being with me." Smith stated Johnston has been helping her since she has been out of jail. She gives her advice and has been mentoring her since her release. Smith admitted to knowing Johnston from the jail and admitted the mentoring starting while detained at the Charlotte County Jail. When inquired as to how they met on the day of the incident, Smith stated she was involved in an argument and went for a walk where she was picked up by Johnston. When asked how they ended up in the park, Smith stated they were driving and decided to park and walk the trail. Smith denied currently being involved in the use of narcotics. She stated this is the first time in her life she has a goal. Smith was asked if she was still in contact with Johnston since the incidents, which she stated yes. Smith stated she hopes Johnston does not lose her job from this, adding she is concerned that Johnston's assignment as a correction officer might prevent her from having a relationship with her. When asked why she thought that, Smith stated, "I figure because of a policy." When asked why there would be a policy like that, Smith stated she did not know and was assuming. Smith concluded her statement by stating her name is not that popular at the jail, adding, "She is not a favorite down there." She stated everyone knows her. Based on Zurcher, as of April 9, 2018, Smith has been booked at the Charlotte County Jail 17 times. A review of Smithy's Florida criminal history indicated she has 18 felony charges with 10 convictions, along with 16 misdemeanor charges with 11 convictions. Summary of Sergeant Sean Lizzo's statement. On April 2, 2018, at approximately 4:48 p.m., I met with Sergeant Sean Lizzo. Hereinafter Sergeant Lizzo, and obtained a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Sergeant Lizzo was placed under oath, and the term perjury was discussed. Sergeant Lizzo is currently assigned to road patrol and works in the District 2 area. He is the supervisor of DFC Jones. The following is a summary of Sergeant Lizzo's statement. On March 28, 2018, Sergeant Lizzo received a call via radio from DFC Jones requesting his assistance on a call. Sergeant Lizzo drove to the park and made contact with DFC Jones and the occupants of the vehicle. When asked when dealing with the parties did he notice any specific smell, Sergeant Lizzo stated he smelled the odor of marijuana when he walked by Smith and the vehicle. Sergeant Lizzo confirmed they had searched both occupants and the vehicle and nothing was located. Sergeant Lizzo ended his statement by stating he heard Johnston say her nephew smokes marijuana and the nephew recently used her vehicle. On April 2, 2018, at approximately 4:56 p.m. I met with DFC Jones and obtained a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DFC Jones was placed under oath, and the term perjury was discussed. DFC Jones is currently assigned to road patrol and works in the District 2 area and was on marked patrol on the day of this incident. The following is a summary of DFC Jones' statement. DFC Jones stated he was in the process of training Deputy DiPiazza and was showing him the areas of concerns throughout the district. On MCH 28, 2018 at approximately 1:53 p.m. DFC. Jones and Deputy DiPiazza while in marked patrol drove into the area of Charlotte County Preserve, 16529 Joppa Avenue. Once in the park they observed a Nissan sedan backed into a parking space. The front windshield was covered with a screen visor, but the running lights were on, giving DFC Jones the impression the vehicle was occupied, or the operator had left the lights on. Shortly after passing by the vehicle, DFC Jones noticed the vehicle was moving in Reverse. The vehicle jumped the parking barrier and stopped near a metal fence. DFC. Jones walked up to the driver's side of the vehicle and knocked on the window. DFC Jones could not see inside the vehicle due to the dark tint, and approximately 3 seconds after his knock, the driver acknowledged his presence by lowering the front driver's side window. From his view he could see a female, later identified as CDFC Johnston, sitting on the driver's seat, and a female passenger later identified as Smith sitting on the front passenger seat. DFC. Jones stated CDFC Johnston appeared out of breath. Both females appeared to be very flustered and were adjusting their clothing, giving DFC Jones the impression something had occurred they did not want him to witness. DFC Jones stated he initially spoke with Smith, who appeared frantic and not forthcoming. When questioned, Smith resisted to provide any information about the driver, stating they were not doing anything wrong. Following his contact with Smith, DFC Jones made contact with CDFC Johnston, who asked him, "Don't you know who I am? We went to training together." It was at this time DFC Jones realized CDFC Johnston was a member of the office. Following this communication, CDFC Johnston voluntarily exited the vehicle. When asked what was going on, CDFC Johnston did not go into specifics and appeared paranoid, as if she was going to get into trouble. During her conversation with DFC Jones, CDFC Johnston admitted Smith was a fiend of hers. This information concerned DFC Jones, as he had learned Smith was recently released from custody. As a result of this information, DFC Jones contacted his supervisor, Sergeant Sean Lizzo. While waiting for Sergeant Lizzo to respond, DFC Jones continued to engage CDFC Johnston in conversation, but she was vague in her responses, appearing paranoid. DFC Jones asked CDFC Johnston for consent to search her vehicle, which she provided. Prior to the search, CDFC Johnston stated that her relative, DFC Jones, was not sure if she stated her son or nephew used the vehicle the prior night and he uses marijuana. DFC Jones searched the vehicle and did not locate any narcotics. DFC Jones stated he was concerned about what he had observed, adding that based on his observations, he was under the impression Smith was on top of CDFC Johnston before their contact. When asked if Smith clearly admits to being on top of CDFC Johnston, CDFC Jones stated, "I did not specifically state she was on top but alleged." When asked about his overall observations of the incident, DFC Jones stated, "What they had told me originally was obviously false, and that there was some form of sexual relations between them." When asked if CDFC Johnston made any statements about Smith, DFC Jones stated after finding out who Smith was, he asked CDFC Johnston how she knew the passenger, to which she stated she just met her. On April 2, 2018, at approximately 5:13 p.m., I met with Deputy Peter Piazza. Hereinafter Deputy Piazza, to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Deputy Piazza was placed under oath, and the term perjury was discussed. DFC Piazza is currently assigned to road patrol and works in the District 2 area. The following is a summary of Deputy Piazza's statement. On March 28, 2018, Deputy Piazza was in field training and assigned to ride with DFC Jones. He confirmed DFC Jones' statement regarding the events leading up to the contact with HCDFC Johnston and Smith. Deputy Piazza stated once contact was made, he stood by with Johnston and obtained general information such as her name. He then spoke with Smith. Deputy Piazza stated, "Smith seemed anxious during their conversation. Smith was vague. She did not come out and say she was having a relationship with CDFC Johnston but did make comments. Like when you really like someone. While speaking with Smith, she admitted she felt bad about the incident, making an indication she was aware CDFC Johnston was married and a member of the sheriff's office. Based on Deputy Piazza's statement, Smith had admitted to knowing CDFC Johnston. Smith did not disclose what CDFC Johnston and she were doing in the vehicle but did state they drove to the park with the intention to walk the trail, but it had turned into something different. When asked if at any time he saw Smith on top of CDFC Johnston, Deputy Piazza stated no, adding that at the time of contact, due to the dark tint, he was not able to see inside the vehicle. Souza's statement #. On April 6, 2018, at approximately 8:39 p.m. met with Lieutenant Joseph Souza. Hereinafter Lieutenant Souza, to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing his involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, Lieutenant Souza was placed under oath. The following is a summary of Lieutenant Souza's statement. On March 28, 2018, Lieutenant Souza received a call from Sergeant Lizzo, requesting his assistance with this incident. Lieutenant Souza was informed members of Road Patrol were out with a vehicle occupied by a member of the office and a drug investigation was being conducted. Because they had detected the odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle, Lieutenant Souza stated after requesting a female deputy, he stood by overseeing the investigation and did not engage either occupant. When asked about the odor of marijuana, Lieutenant Souza stated from his location he was not able to smell the odor of marijuana. On April 6, 2018 at approximately 9:01 a.m. I met with Deputy First Class Geraldine Omias, hereinafter DFC Omias, to obtain a sworn taped statement detailing her involvement in this case. Prior to the interview, DFC Omias was placed under oath and the term perjury was discussed. The following is a summary of DFC Omias' statement. On March 28, 2018 DFC Omias was assigned to Road Patrol, working the District 3 area. In the afternoon of March 28, 2018, she was requested to assist DFC Jones with a search of a female. DFC Omias responded to Jones' stop and immediately recognized Johnston from the jail. DFC Omias was told about the scent of the odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle and was requested to search both occupants. DFC Omias searched Smith and DFC Johnston, but did not locate any illegal substance. DFC Omias recalls that she spoke with DFC Johnston briefly on scene and asked her what she was doing there, and DFC Johnston stated she was just hanging out. On April 6, 2018 at approximately 1:58 p.m. I met with Correction Deputy First Class Kimberly Johnston at the Internal Affairs Office. At this time CDFC Johnston was provided the opportunity to review the case file and audio statements. This file contained all evidence available to this investigator at the time of the interview. At approximately 4:22 p.m. CDFC Johnston completed her review and provided a sworn taped statement detailing her knowledge and involvement in this incident. Prior to obtaining a recorded statement from CDFC Johnston, she was informed this was an internal affairs investigation, and advised Lieutenant Rodriguez, was the officer in charge of the investigation. CDFC Johnston was also told the nature of the investigation, along with the name of the complainant. CDFC Johnston was placed under oath, provided with the definition of the term perjury, and also provided with the Garrity rule. The following is a summary of CDFC Johnston's statement. CDFC Johnston began the interview by stating Smith and her had been driving and talking when she, Johnston, recommended they stop at a local park to continue their conversation. They parked at the preserve and because it was hot she decided to put up the sun visor. Smith and Johnston stayed in the car and continued their conversation. CDFC Johnston stated she had been talking to Smith since Smith was incarcerated at the Charlotte County Jail, adding that she talks to all the girls at the jail and counsels them. In this case she was mentoring Smith. CDFC Johnston stated she is happily married, adding, they were strictly talking. When asked how they made contact that day, CDFC Johnston stated, she called me. CDFC Johnston added that Smith told her she had gotten into an argument with her mother and needed to talk to her. She added that when she asked Smith why she had called, Smith told her that she always listens to her. CDFC Johnston agreed to pick her up on Lake Worth Boulevard. She stated the intent was to talk to her and then drop her off. She stated she was not trying to do anything wrong, adding that we are supposed to help people, but there is that gray area that you are not supposed to at the same time. When asked how many times outside the jail she had spoken to Smith, CDFC Johnston stated, I don't know, a few times. When asked for specifics, CDFC Johnston stated, she has only been out for 3 weeks. If I had to put a number on it, maybe 10. On each of these incidents, Smith had been involved in an argument and would reach out to her for help. When asked where Smith and her had gone to in their prior meetings, Johnston stated she had drove around, adding on one other occasion, she had picked up Smith down the street from Lake Worth Boulevard in Port Charlotte. When asked if Smith lived near Lake Worth Boulevard, Johnston stated yes. When asked how Smith would get in contact with her, Johnston stated their contact would occur over the phone. When asked how she got her telephone number, she stated she had no idea. Johnston denied providing Smith with her telephone number. She was asked if she was surprised when Smith first called her, to which she replied, I was. Johnston stated she never asked Smith how she got her contact information. When asked why she had not, Johnston stated she was shocked but thought her number might be available on the internet. When asked prior to her phone conversation with Smith when was the last time they had spoken, Johnston stated she had spoken to her at the jail. Johnston denied giving Smith her contact number but admits she was assigned the same pod Smith was housed and that Smith called her the day she was released from the Charlotte County Jail. Even though she stated she was initially surprised to get the call, she was unable to explain how Smith was able to get her contact information or even took steps to ask Smith how she obtained the information. Johnston was asked about DFC Jones' statement regarding his interpretation of what he believed had been going on inside the vehicle. Johnston again denied any physical or sexual relationship with Smith. When asked to explain why Smith told the responding deputies she was not sitting on her, Johnston, up on the deputies' approach, Johnston stated they were sitting facing each other and when Smith turned, Smith hit the gear. Johnston again denied being involved in any sexual activity with Smith. When asked to explain how the sitting arrangement she described could have caused the shifter to move, Johnston stated, honestly, I mean her leg might have been over or whatever, but I mean she was not on my seat or anywhere on my side of the fence. I mean, I don't do that stuff honestly. It frustrated me he would even say that because I'm not all about that at all. When confronted with the statements deputies had made reference to their shifting of clothing, Johnston stated, well, because I mean, obviously, you know, here someone comes up and so you know, obviously, you know, I am thinking, you know, oh great, you know, she is nervous because you know, she has been in jail, so that nervous mode, I mean, you know, it just kinda sets in no given time ever, any time clothes off. Johnston was confronted with DFC Jones' statement regarding his conversation with her, and her reply when he confronted her about his interpretation that some type of sexual interaction occurred between Smith and her and that she did not deny his interpretation. Johnston replied to this inquiry by stating "didn't I was just in the panic mode. Honestly. Just because everyone's starting rolling up." Johnston again was adamant. She was not making out with Smith. Johnston was also confronted with her statement to DFC Jones that she had just met Smith. Johnston stated, "From being on the outs, I knew her from the jail, but I am saying from the outs." When asked to clarify what she means from the outs, Johnston stated, "'Cause she got out 3 weeks ago. I am talking about from the outs. I have only had met her from the outs." Johnston was again confronted with the fact what she was saying did not make sense. She replied by stating, "Because one known her in the jail, mean people are different when they get out." One was talking about, when he asked that I was talking about since she been out, not from the jail scene. When asked why she had told DFC Jones she was going to get in trouble, Johnston stated, "Because there is that fine line of talking to inmates and you know whether being insideoutside." When asked if she was aware of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office policy regarding the association with criminals, Johnston stated, "Well, I know I was spoken to several years ago because I was talking to an inmate's mom in the mall." Johnston admitted she received remedial training as a result of the prior incident and was aware of the policy, adding that as a result of the prior violation she had to take an inmate manipulation course. Johnston was again confronted with the vagueness of how Smith upon release was able to contact her via phone. Johnston was provided an opportunity to clarify if she had given Smith her number, to which she stated, "Not that I am aware of. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so." Johnston admitted that on March 13, 2018, while she was assigned to a DL, she had looked up Smith housing record even though Smith was housed in a different unit. When asked why, Johnston stated there was no reason. At the conclusion of the interview, Johnston was asked if she believed her contact with Smith outside of work violated agency policy. Johnston stated, "I am sure, yeah, it does. Because of that situation years ago." Johnston admitted to knowing Smith's background, stating "No, she had been in trouble, yes." When asked if there would be a reason why this incident was repeated, Johnston stated, "Was I just trying, just trying, it was the human came out of me, honestly, I mean, after it was said and done, wow, that was pretty stupid. You know, I even talked to my husband. And I was like, okay, so this is what stupid happened today. I mean, you know, one can fix it. I mean, you know, I feel terrible, and I honestly wish I would have never done it. But I mean, you know, in all seriousness, it was I just trying to help. I mean, I guess that is not the right way to do it, honestly." Point 5 cf. Association with criminals. Sheriff Office personnel shall avoid regular or continuous association with persons who they know or should know are under criminal investigation or indictment, or persons who have been convicted of a felony offense, except as necessary in the performance of official duties or, where unavoidable, because of immediate family relationships. Immediate family is defined as parents, grandparents, spouse, children, or brothers and sisters. Any association with persons under criminal investigation or indictment or with a convicted felon shall be immediately disclosed to a supervisor in the chain of command, regardless of any family relationship. Conduct unbecoming. Members will conduct themselves at all times, both on and off duty, in such a manner as to reflect most favorably on the office. Conduct unbecoming a member will include that which tends to bring this office into disrepute or reflects discredit upon the member, or that which tends to impair the operation and efficiency of this office. Drug test. As a result of the details provided in the administrative incident report relating the allegations of the odor of marijuana, CDFC Johnson was requested to submit to a drug test. On March 29, 2018, DFC Johnston voluntarily provided with a urine specimen, which tested AIWA. The following note was placed on Johnston's electronic file on December 9, 2009 by Lt. Catherine Bell. ON 12/04/09. We were made aware that CDFC Johnston was observed ON 11/7/09 BVA. Supervisor, spending time with a female felon that was a former Charlotte County jail inmate at the Charlotte County T-Own Center Ma LLON December 9, 09, CDFC Johnston admitted to command staff that she had run across a former female inmate and had spent a short time talking to her as the why we're walking firearm store to store. CDFC Johnston was advised that this was against agency policy. She was given a book on inmate manipulation to read. She was also asked to review Charlotte County Agency Policy 3.50, F4D 48, improper conduct offenses regarding the prohibited association with criminals. CONCLUSION. During the course of this investigation, I have reviewed the administrative incident reports provided by members of Road Patrol, all witness statements and supporting information, along with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office General Order 3.50, the policy governing guidelines for appropriate conduct/disciplinary procedures. The facts of the case are that on March 28, 2018, Correction Deputy Kimberly Johnston was involved in personal contact with Heidi Lynn Smith, a convicted felon. The evidence, in this case, indicates CDFC Johnston was aware of Smith criminal records. 1. Drug-free CC. 1. Drug-free CCSO. Furthermore, based on CDFC Johnston admission and discipline records, she was aware of General Order 3.50 F.4.D.48. The policy governing association with criminals. In conclusion, this investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate Correction Deputy First Class Kimberly Johnston violated General Order 13.50 F. 4. D. 48. Association with criminals by having regular and continuous association with Smith, a convicted felon. The charge of association with criminals is sustained. Additionally, the evidence indicates CDFC Johnston allowed a member of her family, who she knows uses marijuana, to drive her vehicle. Moreover, the evidence indicates several deputies smelled the odor of marijuana emitting from the inside of the vehicle, owned and operated by CDFC Johnston. In addition, the facts indicate even after the incident, CDFC Johnston continued to engage in contact with Smith. The charge of conduct unbecoming is sustained. I, or undersigned, do hereby swear, under penalty of perjury, to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, I have not knowingly or willfully deprived, or allowed another to deprive the subject of the investigation of any rights contained in SS 112.532 and 112.533 Florida statutes.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.